It's time now for Real Estate Update. With Usha Chandra of Globenet Realty, real estate is our world.
Now we're standing here face to face, afraid to move.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to this very special segment of Real Estate Update with Usha Chandra of Globenet Realty. Your weekly real estate updates where we look at the property values, the trends, and it is interesting to note what's been happening over the weeks that we have been following these charts to see where we are at. And with that, let's welcome to the show Usha.
Thank you so much for having me on the show, Mish, and Australian Indian Radio.
Always a pleasure to have you on the show. Well, right now, let's move on and take a look at what's happening out there in real estate. As we know that there is lots that are still happening, and it's still a very, very busy and flamboyant market. So the gauge of the market, the market indicator that we go by is normally, first of all, we look at the capital city auction stats. So, what have the auction stats been for the last period?
Actually, we have got fantastic results on auction. Let's have a quick look at the Sydney market. Sydney the clearance rate was 84.3%. Total number of properties taken to auction was 841, and total cleared auctions under the HEMA was 630. Melbourne was 77%, gone up as well. Extremely good results there compared to the previous result was only 66%. It's gone by 10%, more than 10% actually. 343 properties were taken to auction and 196 sold under the HEMA. Brisbane market has gone up as well, 79.7%, sorry. 187 properties were taken to auction and 106 sold under the HEMA. So fantastic result for Brisbane as well. Adelaide has gone up as well, 87.7%. 166 properties were taken to auction and 100 were cleared sales under the HEMA. Perth was not applicable, only 12 properties were taken to auction, so it didn't reach the results. Tasmania is the same, 2 properties were taken to auction. Canberra, look at the Canberra result as well, 85.9%, almost 86% cleared sales. ID properties were taken to auction, 61 properties sold under the HEMA. So let's have a quick look at the combined cities, the average results. 82.4% was the cleared results and auction amongst all the capital cities. 1,631 properties were taken to auction, 1,098 were sold under the HEMA. So looking at last year's result was only 65% in Sydney, whereas previous record, as I told you, 84%, and 45% was in Melbourne last year, 77.2% now. 48% was in Brisbane, 79%. Actually, it's doubled as well. The market in Adelaide was pretty good, 75% last year and 87% now. And Perth was 25% last year and not applicable this year. Let's have a quick look at Canberra market. 85% now and 77.4% was last year's result. So looking at the combined capital cities, last year it was 64.2% was cleared auctions and 82.4%. So it's fantastic results for auctions.
And it is, quite notably, I was noting the Brisbane, 79% clearance rate and 187 total auctions in Brisbane, which is amazing compared to last year at 48%, this year at 79, last year at this time 84 auctions only, this year 187. So that means Brisbane is coming of age. It is, auctions are becoming a little bit more popular here. Used to be always down south, as we know, Melbourne and Sydney always were predominantly the auction market. Well, right now, looking at all of those results, and then the number of activities that have been happening and taking place, which is great. What has that affected the home value changes?
The home value changes, let's have a quick look. The weekly change in Sydney was 0.4% and the 12-month change was 23.2%. Melbourne was 0.1% and the 12-month change was 14.8%. Brisbane was 0.4% weekly change and 19.4% was the 12-month change. Adelaide was 0.6% and the 12-month change was 19%. Perth was not applicable at all. Capital 5 cities, 0.3% was weekly change and the 12-month change was 18.9%. So that shows the results over there, and it's good results looking compared to last year's as well. 12-month change is really good.
So the 12-month change are quite good. Looking at overall 18.9%, which is quite a good result to have achieved. Who would have thought, that even in a pandemic that this kind of results would be lived. So looking at that, the gauge of the market once again, is the number of properties for listing for sales. So looking at the listings, what are the listing results for this period?
Fantastic results for the weekly listings. Actually, the new listings in Sydney is 6,630 new listings compared to the 12-month. The total number of listings is 17,921. Melbourne is 6,269 new listings. Looking at 24%, that's in plus. Only Melbourne, and I think there's only Melbourne and Darwin is in plus. Everywhere else is minus. Brisbane, 4,174 new listings and still minus 31.1%. Adelaide was 1,144 new listings came on the market and minus 24% as well. Perth was 3,750 new listings. 14,253 year to date, minus 15.7%. Hobart is 301 new listings, 664 new listings, year to date listings, minus 28%. Darwin is 233 properties, 941 year to date, and Darwin is only, the plus area is Darwin and Melbourne, as I said before. Canberra is 491 properties, new listings, 1,339 year to date, minus 33.7%. So let's have a quick look at the combined capital city listings. The total number of new listings is 23,682. Year to date is 76,602 listings, still minus 13.5%. So the listings is quite good in Melbourne and in Darwin. Otherwise, everywhere else is down.
And that is amazing result in Melbourne, plus 24% when you look at other areas, up to minus. Brisbane has got minus 31, and Canberra, of course, has the least number of listings, meaning minus 33. So this is comparing to the 12-month change. Wow. That is a very good indication of what's actually happening out there. So, looking at, we began with the auction results, and of course, auctions is a great way to go at this point in time. There are certain markets and certain areas which are quite suited to auction results. But of course, we cannot rule out the private treaty sales, which is, all the mums and dads, they always love the private treaty sales. So what has been happening in the private treaty scene?
Yes, a lot of people still prefer to buy under the private treaty. Let's have a quick look at the capital cities. Sydney first, 1,678 properties, and the median price has gone up again there. 985,000 is the median price. Melbourne, 1,472 properties still sold under the under private treaty, under this COVID restrictions as well. 740,000 is their median price. Is gone up by $20,000. Brisbane, 1,336 properties. Brisbane from 557 has gone to 574. 250,000, so it's gone up as well. Adelaide, 580 properties sold. Price is pretty steady. 535,000 is their price. Perth is 1,081 properties sold, 485,000 is their median price, pretty steady there as well. Hobart, 141 properties. Look at Hobart price, 730,000 is their median price, quite high there. Darwin is 41 sales and 520, pretty steady market there. Canberra, 43 sales, 850,000 is their median price. It's gone a little bit high as well. So let's have a quick look at the combined cities. Number of sales happened is 6,172 properties sold under private treaty, and 711,000 is their median price. Let's have a quick look at apartments and units. Number of sales in Sydney was 1,043, quite high number of sales there, and 700,000 is their median price in the apartments. Looking at Melbourne, 592 properties, apartments sold, 575 is their median price, pretty steady price there. Brisbane, 301, 421,000 is going up by $1,000. It was 490 in the last record. Adelaide is 224 apartments sold, 369,800 is steady there. Perth is 332 properties sold, and 403 is their median price, pretty steady price. Looking at Hobart, 41, 546 is their median price. Darwin is 34 new apartments sold, 361,000 is their median price. Canberra is 90, and Canberra's apartment prices are very low. 480,000 is their median price compared to Melbourne and Sydney. Melbourne is 575 is their median price, and 700,000 is in apartments in Sydney. So looking at the combined cities, 561,499 is the average price compared to the houses. 711,000 is their median price in houses, and so basically about $200,000 cheaper in apartments.
Yes, of course, and it is once again quite interesting to look at this graph. I mean, if we wanted to, we can go into great details to start analyzing those ones, but it is quite interesting to see that, and of course also to gauge that on a weekly basis as well, to see that slight difference. And it's quite good that you can remember what it was last week and let people know about the values and how they have changed this week. Well, moving on, so looking at all of those, taking into the account the auctions, the private treaty sales as well, and of course we've looked at the values that have been changed. So how long are the properties remaining on the market, and are the vendors discounting anything to achieve their results?
Yes, let's have a quick look at the Sydney markets. 25 days on the market, medium time on market for sale is 25 days, minus 2.8% is vendor discount over there. Melbourne is 41 days, minus 2.7% discount. So looking at that, they're not giving a large discount, and it's been on the market for 41 days. Brisbane is 31 days, 2.7% discount there as well. Adelaide is 30 days, minus 2.9% discount. Perth was 36 days, minus 2.2% discount. Hobart is 19 days, no discount over there. And Darwin, 48 days, minus 3.2% discount. Canberra, 33 days on the market, but no discount at all. Quickly looking at apartments and units. In Sydney, 34 days on the market, minus 2.1% discount. As I said before, the Sydney market in apartments is pretty good, very good prices they are achieving. Melbourne is 55 days, minus 2% discount. Brisbane has been 43 days, minus 2.5% discount. And Adelaide is 33 days, minus 2.8 discount. Perth is 38 days at minus 2.7 discount. Hobart is no discount in houses or apartments. Darwin has been 63 days, minus 3.2% discount. Canberra is 40 days, minus 1.5% 1.9% discount. So looking at the discount, they are really, very limited discounts the owners are giving. Like Hobart, as I said, there's no discount in houses or apartments. You pay the price and buy the property. So that's what the market is doing in medium time on the market and vendor discounting.
What is happening to Melbourne, by the way? If you look at the houses, they are on the market for 41 days and units are on the market for 55 days. Why would that be?
Actually, the demand is for higher houses are much higher than apartments everywhere, actually, compared to all the cities. That's the reason that the houses sell faster than the apartments. And the discount, the vendor discount is, they're giving pretty good discounts there as well, because it depends on supply and demand situation.
Yeah, of course. And of course, we know that it's taking a little bit longer because of the number of listings there as well.
Yeah.
So there's quite a lot of listings to choose from. That's why, and that indicates that a lot of people are selling there. So
Yes.
that's why there's a lot of properties, and that's why it's taking 41 days for the houses and 55 days for the units to be sold there as well.
Yes, yeah. That's why they're all moving to Brisbane, and Brisbane market is going high.
Talking about Brisbane market, what's happening here? If you could give us a quick, brief update of, what's happening in Brisbane and, of course, on the north side in your area.
Actually, the Brisbane market is pretty good. We have got a very limited listings coming on the market, and as I said before in my report, that we have got a huge database of buyers waiting to buy. As soon as a property comes on the market, they just snapped up very, very quickly. I've got a couple of auctions coming up where the owners are still tidying up their houses, and it will be ready towards end of October for auctions. So I've signed up 2 auctions, and hopefully they will sell before the auction date. The market is quite buoyant in our area. It's extremely a lot of people are moving towards the north side of Brisbane because of all the amenities. They have got huge shopping centres coming, and a lot of big developments coming on the north side of Brisbane as well, and close to the airport, close to the city. That's why the demand is quite high over there.
And you've just mentioned that lots of people moving into the area, into the Brisbane north side.
Yeah.
So when people are moving, do they come directly into the houses they have bought, or do they first rent?
Depends on the supply and demand. A lot of people would prefer to buy, but if they can't buy, they are renting at the moment. And as you know, the rental market is very high in demand, and there aren't too many properties for rental either. So it's a struggle for a lot of people, and a lot of sellers who want to sell, but what are they going to buy? Whether they are upgrading or downsizing, there's not much in supply, so that's why they're holding off to their properties. So that's the reason. I've sold a couple of properties without people, interstate buyers, without looking at the properties, just sending the videos to them, and they make an offer at the right price, and they're snapped up within 24 hours of listing the properties.
And that is the changing market and the changing buyer behavior pattern as well. See, in the olden days, people used to make a lot of fuss about, it's got this, it's got that. They talked about all the things. These days, people look at the equation and, of course, the property value and the capital gains and what's happening there. And as long as it fits that, and it ticks all those kind of boxes, the aesthetic appeal and actually going to have a look at the house, it doesn't really matter. It's the equation that it must fit in. Well, Usha, once again, thank you so much for being on the show and keeping us updated with the weekly real estate update. Wishing you all the best and hope you get lots of listings in the area so that you can help many people move into the dream homes.
Thank you so much for having me on your show, and have a great day.
Globenet Realty. Globenet Realty has been the longest established, trusted and respected agency in its trade area. Usha Chandra, Director of Globenet Realty, provides honest and ethical service to her customers. If you are thinking of investing in Brisbane real estate market, or if you are seeking professional property management, then you should contact Usha Chandra today on landline 3865 4466 or mobile 0419 775 416. And for further updates, log on to our website www.globenetralty.com.au. Globenet Realty is your own local real estate agency. Situated at Shop 52281 Sandgate Road, Boondall. Globenet Realty. Real estate is our world.
And real estate is the world. And don't forget that this has been a hosted segment, presented by Globenet Realty. You too can have your own. So if you have any topic that you'd like to talk about, and if there's any so that you want, and there are other opportunities as well. Opportunities like in our news segment, you can have your advertisements placed in those ones as well. Please contact Rajni, for all those offers, or if you'd like to have a hosted program as well. So until next time, it's goodbye from me.